hello everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Take 5 with GPS. Delighted to be with you today as we continue in our series of Black excellence and exploring and reintroducing ourselves, or perhaps introducing ourselves for the first time to Black excellence, Black creativity, and inventors, persons who have created things that we use in our everyday lives. I do hope you're well today and that you're looking forward to embracing a weekend that for most of us around the country seems like it's going to be a little warmer. So we are grateful for that and continue to hope that no matter where you are in the country that you are safe, that you have power, and that you are warm and all the necessities that you need during this winter time. You know, we've talked about food a few times during this series of Black excellence, and today we talk about one of my favorite snack foods. I don't know about you, but my go-to snack is the potato chip. There's just something about cracking open your bag of potato chips, pouring a few in the bowl, sitting down at the table, and then getting some work done as you kind of munch here and there. When I'm on a long trip, I always have some bags of potato chips in the car next to me because it just kind of makes the time pass as you crunch one after another there and think about the thoughts in your minds. Well, today, our example of Black excellence created the potato chip, as the story goes, as an accident. Maybe as an act of retribution for a customer who wasn't treating him so kindly. But we are so grateful that my namesake, George, Crum, as he became known later in life, created the potato chip. So we'll lean into that a little more in a moment. Check out how your body's feeling today. Wiggle your toes, lengthen your spine a little bit here, and let's just prepare to embrace the day ahead. I invite you to take your hands here as we acknowledge the goodness in each other, inhaling in, looking up to the sky through your ceiling, exhaling out. Couple more times, you know the routine, friends. In, up, reach, stretch, deep breath, generous breath, exhale it out. Last one, up and in, out audibly, open up into a nice hug, just to open up the back muscles and to share a little self-love with yourself there. Make it one of those good hugs after a long time of being apart, where you kind of rock each other a little bit there. One or two more of those on your own. Continue to roll your shoulders and wiggle your fingers. And let's just see what our voices are doing today. We'll start here in E major, right in the middle of our voices. And let's do the TH today to get our breath going here. So we're going to do a little bit of a... There we go. Let's start with that TH and then open up. So we're just going to sing a little. Here we go. Last time. So in honor of the potato chip, let's have a little fun here and we'll do crunch, 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 yum. Here we go. Crunch, 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 yum. 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 Two more of those. Crunch, 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 yum. Last time. Crunch, 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 yum. Okay, we'll just start with one of my favorites we haven't done in a while. Oh, what a lovely way to sing today. Stretch out our range. Here we go. Oh, what a lovely way to sing today. 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 Last one. Oh, what a lovely way to sing today. So thanks for continuing to say hello, everyone. Delighted that many of you are saying hello to each other, and I'm loving the chat here about the potato chips going on. Yes, it is a delicious and tasty invention that adds a few extra calories that perhaps we don't need in our lives. I want to remind you to continue to share this video series with your friends. Like this video if you're enjoying what we're doing so more people can find it. And let's pass it forward so more people can learn about Black excellence together. But as I mentioned today, we lean into George Crum. His original name was George Speck, a hunter, a chef, an entrepreneur. We believe he was either born in 1822 or 1824. Different sources say different things. He was born in New York to an African-American father and a Native American mother. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact tribe, but we do know that he was mixed race, and that was a part of his identity at that time. He worked in the Adirondack Mountains there in New York, and there he worked as a guide, taking people on the property, and as a hunter, as I said, and as a chef. And he was known for the culinary skills at Moon's Lake House, a very popular place for people who would leave the city. They would leave Manhattan and go out to spend time there at this resort. And they would go hunting with him, and then he became known for his work primarily with wild game meat, venison, and preparing it and making it tasty. But one of the things that was on the menu were potatoes. Apparently at that time, they ate what we call French fries, perhaps, with forks and things of that nature. And so there was a customer who was not happy with the sogginess of his potatoes, so he sent it back. And then George did something to them and sent them back out, and the customer still wasn't happy. He sent them out again. So as the story goes, he just put them in oil and fried them until they were crisp, really crisp, as a joke, perhaps, to kind of like, I've got you, I'll show you. Sent them back out, and this customer loved them. And that's how the potato chips took off. Now, for every good story, there's a counter story. The other story to it is that his sister, Catherine Wicks, also worked in the kitchen with him. And there's another account that says it was Catherine who accidentally knocked a chip into oil, and George tasted it and said, we'll be having more of these. Either way, we know that George or his sister were responsible for making the potato chips come to life. And he eventually left that lodge and started his own restaurants. Crum's. It was on Story Hill near Malta, New York, and all the elites came to his restaurants. The Vanderbilts were there, and many others were his guests. They said that at one point Mr. Vanderbilt, Cornelius Vanderbilt, waited an hour and a half because he just had to have the delicacies that George Crum put on the table. There's a lot that you can find about George Crum, but I thought it'd be fun on a Friday to honor the potato chip and what it has done for our lives here of snacking. So to pair with that, one of the things that I found in my research is that George Crum never sought to patent the potato chip. And it was after he made it popular at his restaurant that someone else, Laura Scudder, was the one who popularized it, got the patent, then led to Lay's and all of the other chip companies there. So the potato chip story spread by word of mouth. They heard it through the grapevine. And so today we'll sing this great song, which was first recorded by Smokey Robinson, but Berry Gordy wouldn't release it. This was from Motown. So then it was recorded by Marvin Gaye. Berry Gordy still wouldn't release it in 1966. So in 1967, Gladys Knight and the Pips released it, and it went to #2 on the Billboard charts. Well, in 1968, when it was shown on Marvin Gaye's album and disc jockeys took a liking to it, Berry Gordy decided to release it. And then it went to #1 and was one of the most popular songs of the Motown era, as you know. So we'll sing a little bit of this together, friends. Here we go. bet you're wondering how I knew about your plans to make me blue with some other guy you knew before. Between the two of us guys, you know I loved you more. It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that I heard it through the grapevine? Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. Ooh, I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine, baby. Ooh, I know a man ain't supposed to cry, but these tears I can't hold inside. Losing you and in my life you see, 'cause you mean that much to me. You could have told me yourself that you love someone else. Instead I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine, baby. Ooh, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, yeah. I encourage you, if you have some time, go check out the Gladys Knight and the Pips version, the Marvin Gaye version. Dance around your house there, and let's spread it through the grapevine this weekend about love, about connection, about goodness, and about the light at the end of the tunnel. I hope you are doing well. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Pat Cawton, who joined us today. Pat is one of the church members that I grew up with. She was one of my Sunday school teachers and a dear friend of the family. Glad you found us, Sister Cawton there. Glad you could join us. Much love to you all. We'll see you again tomorrow morning for a very, very special edition about home security and the inventor of the first security system. Be well, everybody. Bye-bye.